This is what I made this channel for, was to be an outlet for me to express my emotions when I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to. I know you guys all comment you like to see me happy, but that's not what I made this channel for, and I know you guys watch for a bunch of different reasons, but I made this video channel so that I could talk about my emotions and process. Obviously the makeup's everywhere. I've been crying all morning and all night. I haven't been able to sleep very well, so I'm tired and I'm hungry and all the emotions. And I did some shadow work this morning. I listened to a guided shadow work meditation, which I will try to link in this video. It was super helpful, but also really deep. I'm just feeling triggers of abandonment, which if people aren't familiar with borderline personality disorder, that's a big part of it, is triggers and feelings of abandonment, disconnection from self, and that's definitely what I'm feeling. I know you guys like to see me happy, but I think it's so important to process these emotions and feel them. So this is what I'm doing. So in my shadow work, I want to give you an example. So the trigger is that me and my ex are broken up, but obviously we really care about each other and we just need to work through things. And so we're still like together, but not. And they want to move to Utah. And moving is a big trigger for me because I feel like I move somewhere, get settled, and then move. I went to 4 different high schools as a teenager. So it's a big trigger for me, and the fact that he is single and now can do what he wants, and he had already texted a friend that he's thinking about moving back, and that was hard for me to hear that it's something he's really heavily considering, and that I could lose him. He's really the only person who truly sees my most vulnerable sides, and that's still really hard for me to give. So I got angry, and a toxic behavior I have when I get angry is I block people, delete their number, delete their messages, won't respond, won't talk. So that's what I did last night, and this morning I got a little bit of sleep. I woke up and I was like, that was not okay for me to do. Ignoring the problem doesn't help at all. So I decided to do some shadow work and dig into why I feel so emotional and so much anger. Like just so angry, and I just want him to hurt the way I do, which is not a great way to think. And I'm naturally a really nice person, so I don't like when those emotions come, and I try to ignore them, but the reality is that I'm hurt inside. So I did this guided meditation. Sometimes I can do it myself, but I was in a really triggered state, so I needed some help. And I went really deep into some emotions, and I think I require a lot to feel loved, even if that person does mean it. And what happened was I went deep into my triggers, and some of the triggers that came up were things like feeling like I was hated by everyone growing up. So at home, my siblings hated me. I have journal entries, about them calling me names and hitting me sometimes, and totally understandable because I was the goody tissue. I never know how to say that. I was the gold standard for what my siblings wanted, for what my parents wanted my siblings to be like. And my parents often pitted me against my siblings, and I was the one who got good grades, who kept all the Mormon rules, who was the good Christian girl, the good Mormon girl who listened and obeyed and did everything her parents asked her to do. And so my siblings hated me for that. Oftentimes I would have to tell on my siblings the secrets that they had and get them in trouble, which led to emotional, physical abuse on their end. So it totally makes sense. But at the same time, specifically my 5th, 6th grade year, I was also being bullied at school. And I don't know what I was doing wrong. I don't know what I did to deserve it, I just remember sitting on the playground, and they would throw wood chips at me and make funny faces at me and call me names, and I was completely isolated at school and at home. I feel like I had no safe space, and that there must be something wrong if everyone hates me, and um, there's got to be something wrong with me. And so I never opened up to people. I was a brick wall, told everyone I was fine, and I did everything to hold it together because I was not about to let anyone see. I just carried so much guilt of, God, I must be that terrible of a person if people treat me this way, and I really believe it. And that's where the trigger brought me. And it's hard not to get what the world has taught you out of your head. And so in translation, when I feel people are abandoning me, I'm like, of course they are. Like, why would they want to stay? And even when I feel like I've put in so much work to prove that I'm worthy of love, that I'm worthy of being chosen, I just feel like I never am. And I, as a kid, like, I was going through all this trauma, and I felt like no one ever saw me. And I was just brushed away. And because I kept all the rules and I was so obedient and did all the check boxes of what the Mormon religion required of me and made my parents proud, I felt like that would have been enough. I have journal entries of me just saying, like, is it worth it? Like, if I just make people unhappy by choosing to be good, then, like, is it all worth it? Like, I felt like I was so righteous, but I wasn't righteous. I always felt like an imposter because, like, according to my parents, I was so righteous and kept all the rules. But yet everyone hated me. So I was just so confused. I felt like I must not be that good of a person. I'm faking it. I'm making my church leaders, my parents, all these adults believe that I'm this good person when in reality everyone my age hates me. So I developed this internal conflict that translates, really far into abandonment. My ex-partner, we're trying to work through things. I don't know if we'll get back together, but even just as friends, like, he's considering, like, if he moves to Utah, he would love for me to come with. And for some reason, I don't translate that. All I hear is, I'm moving. I'm leaving you. I'm abandoning you. You're not worthy enough for me to stay in where I'm living now. Like, I constantly feel like, and then I constantly feel like I'm chasing after that attention and love, and it's never enough. And all I do is just feel constantly like I'm never going to measure up to be worthy for someone to put me first, to make decisions that reflect what I need. And in reality is that I need to make decisions on what I need and not expect other people, because other people do need to put themselves first. Their needs are what are the most important. If my ex wants to go to Utah, he feels drawn to that and feels like that's what he needs for his healing, then he needs to go. Whether or not I feel like I need to go or stay where I'm living, I don't really know. And it's scary. I'm scared to be without love, with any kind of love, and that's because I don't love myself. So I don't get satisfied. I'm not satisfied by my own love. And I do think we need people and connection, but I am not vulnerable with anyone else. Like, and it's even hard with my ex. I was just crying on the phone with him for, like, I don't know, 40 minutes, and without saying a word. I could not get the words out that I'm speaking right now. Like, I just could not get them out, and all these memories are racing through my head, and he's trying to get me to talk, and I just feel like the words just can't come. Like, all these memories of, like, how I feel hated and unloved and unseen, and he triggers that in me a lot, or, I allow those triggers to control me, and I'm already feeling better talking, but, like, it's so fucking damn hard. Like, if you've been in any kind of really complex trauma, especially with religion, like, it's fucking difficult. Like, they expect you to be this golden fucking perfect child. And if you don't fit that, then you're a heathen. You're going to hell. God damnation, all of it. Like, it's definitely that fear is there. And I felt like I was stuck all the time. Like, I could never make the right decision, and that's how I feel now. Like, I can't trust people. I can't open up. I can't do anything without causing consequences, Like, my ex wants me to open up and talk to him and be vulnerable, but in my head, I'm like, is something bad gonna happen? Like, I feel so much anxiety and fear. Like, are you going to abandon me? Is someone going to get in trouble? Because my weaker points, what I consider as a child, when I would open up, the stress of holding my siblings' secrets that they were sneaking out, the stress that they weren't keeping the rules, like doing normal teenage. Okay, the video cut off. But what I was saying is, like, they would do normal teenage shit, but I would have that burden. And because of my godly duty to make sure that my siblings were in line with God's commandments in the Mormon church, I would tell on them. And I would feel that burden, and I would tell my mom how upset I've been and how hard this is. And instead of like hearing what I needed and the stress I was being in, they would just get in trouble, whether that was physical or emotional abuse. And then I carried that guilt with me. And so I just sometimes feel like when I share emotions that something bad is going to happen. And so it's so fucking hard to do that. I have it ingrained in my brain, and I'm trying so hard, I never spoke up about anything. I went into a shell, especially in high school. I just didn't feel like I had anyone. I've never really felt that I've had anyone. And I have been grateful for the people in my life who have been there. But I still have never taken advantage of the people in my life. Like, I don't share. I'll give them surface answers. Like, no one really knows what's going deep down because I feel so scared of what might happen. And, yeah, I feel so many emotions, and I think that shadow work was helpful in talking out loud, like recognizing my patterns and realizing how I can be open and that it's okay, that my emotions are okay to feel as long as I don't get stuck in them. So that's what I'm working on today. I think I'm just gonna like eat some junk food, honestly, and watch a movie. I think I just need some down, quiet self-care time. I feel guilty about that, even just saying it, but I think if it's intentional, it's okay, because I think I deserve some time to like deep breathe and just like I know I shared a lot, but it's so helpful for me to get those emotions out there and to feel like I have someone to talk to. And I know you guys might comment that like I just need to be happy and be positive, but this is my outlet. This is who I have to talk to. This is how I get my emotions out there. Mental health is so important. And most of us feel lonely most of the time. So please share, comment how you're feeling. Like, be genuine. Take this time to be vulnerable. This is a vulnerable, safe space. And I want people to feel like, even if you're watching these for the different reasons, I think that it's important that I'm still in my sweatpants and my my shirt, my comfy clothes. It's just important this be a safe space to me, and I know people watch for other reasons, but I still am gonna be vulnerable and be myself, and I already feel better talking out loud about it, and I do need to do some repair and just text him, the person I was talking to, my ex, and just be like, hey, sorry, I was in a really vulnerable space. And he'll watch my videos, because sometimes I'm easier to talk on a video than to a person, which is something I want to work on this year. It's so hard for me to be vulnerable and to trust people and to not feel like a burden, or that everyone hates me. I feel that all the time. So if you feel like everyone hates you, just take a deep breath, sit in that emotion, and dig deep to why. Like, where did you learn that? Where does it come from? And you might cry, and you might just unleash a little demon inside of you, but that demon inside of you needs love. It's not about conquering them, it's about holding them. And in that meditation I did, I definitely need to put it in my bio or in my description, talks about saying sorry and loving that demon, that part of you that's suffering, because that's what it really needs. So that's my rant for today. I truly love you guys, and I'm thankful for you guys watching my videos and being a good support. I am going to get up. Look, I'm getting out of bed. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna sit on my lovely bed here, and I'm going to have a very restful and peaceful day today. Maybe lots of more crying to come, but it's gonna be okay. I think so. At least I hope so. But thank you guys for watching. Okay, so I got in the bath for some self-love. Got my bubbles and my bath bomb in, my nice hot water. Got my crystal, my mud mask. I got my incense and my self-love herb remedy. So I'm just gonna sit here and give myself some love. Okay, so I'm putting my mud mask on. This is self-care to me because after all the crying I've done, all the makeup I've got on my face, my skin definitely needs a little pick-me-up. This stuff is like, what is this? The Shea Moisture Clarifying Mud Mask. It's literally the best mud mask I've ever used. It feels so good on the skin. So I'm taking my bath. I'm feeling better already. The self-love really helps me. I have to always pinpoint why I decided to do this. So the mud mask is a good self-love for me because I feel like it helps cleanse me, because sometimes when I'm this upset I need like an internal cleaning, and the best way to do that is through an external, whether that's cleaning your bathroom or taking care of your skin or taking a bath. And then the warm bath is really helpful for me. It just brings healing and comfort when I'm feeling like out of control. So I'm just putting this on, just getting all the spots. So love being in the bath, it's a lot of fun. Feeling better, feeling like I just really needed some self-care. So my favorite thing to do in the bath, which some people might think is weird, but I'll put my phone up, watch a movie, and just eat some snacks. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then hopefully get some outside time. So thanks guys for listening to my whole video. I just wanted to add this little end portion just to, you know, like I do follow through with what I'm saying, and it really is important. So if you're having a rough day, tune into yourself and what you need for your self-love. And I hope that you guys have a fabulous weekend.